Well, today we just had our 41st annual general meeting, which is kind of wrap up of last year. And it was a very successful year across the group. Profit after tax of just over $1.5 million. And more importantly, shareholders got a dividend payoff of 21 cents, which was a very good return. So that was a very positive result. And coming off all the 40th anniversary celebrations that we held last year, and so it's been a very successful year. Things are looking pretty positive, actually, considering that obviously we live in pretty uncertain times, globally in particular. But our results so far this year have been quite strong. We're looking at a showcase that's almost sold out, which is always a big plus for us. We've got the continuing public service broadcasting contracts, which will conclude the current one will conclude at the end of June. And then we've got obviously potential for elections in the second half of the year. And that's always very positive for CFL in terms of revenue. And so we're really looking forward to another strong year. And in Papua New Guinea, we've made some big changes. We just appointed a new group country CEO who's taking up the role, and we're looking at, and PNG is looking relatively positive as well. Some good news in terms of potential expansion in the mining sector and other sectors as well in PNG. Well, that doesn't go, obviously there are challenges as well. Like any organization, the rise of fuel prices and things like that are something that are of concern. But generally speaking, we're pretty happy with where the organization's at right now. Internationally, the media industry is changing dramatically. Obviously, there are the traditional newspaper, TV, print, radio organizations, but of course now it's all digital. And CFL began a transition to the digital media space quite some time ago. And so we've been working on this for quite a long time. And so we have established quite a strong position in the digital media space. I think that, along with our strength through radio and events and all the other stuff that we do, means that we are well positioned in the market. And as we start to follow those global trends, and as organizations start to merge, start to consolidate, which will happen inevitably, I think CFL is pretty well positioned. And we're already seeing that. We're looking at opportunities for growth for the organization into other spaces. And that's something that I expect to really start to take shape in the coming year. Well, I think you can see some of the work that we've done already. The new look Fiji Village has been released, and we're looking to exploit that further, and more content being available in the digital space. I think that's going to be really exciting to watch. We are looking at some new investment opportunities that I can't talk about at this present time, which I think we'll be able to reveal in the coming months. But I think that and obviously in Papua New Guinea as well, with new leadership in play and following the kind of model that we have in Fiji, we're expecting to see a lot of growth in PNG both in terms of our 3 radio stations, which are already market leaders in that, but also in the work that we're doing online in Papua New Guinea. And I think that's going to be very exciting. Well, of course, this isn't anything new for us. We've been doing this for a long time, doing this type of work in the community. We've always felt very strongly that part of our role as a media organization is to work closely with our listeners and with our other partners in making a difference within our community. That's really part of our DNA, really. But in the last year, as part of our 40th anniversary celebrations, we decided that we would launch a formal trust, which we have done. It's a separate trust which will manage all this type of work, so that it is separately accountable and everybody can see that, and that will be part of our process going forward. And in addition to that, we've said we will commit 5% of our after-tax profit into that trust for distribution. So this year, we've done a couple of different projects. We did some projects around Christmas. Recently, we did a project with the Salvation Army with one of their programs. But then, of course, we had the WOWS Walk, led by Satyanand, and raising $185,000, I think it was, from our listeners, and that has been distributed to WOWS, and that type of work we expect to do more of in the coming year, as we, it becomes a very important part of what we do. Oh, it's an exciting time, and I think the team's well positioned. The organisation is in a very strong position financially, and I'm expecting that we will be able to deliver to our shareholders, which is what today is all about at our annual general meeting, is meeting with our shareholders, deliver to our shareholders, increasing returns. And I look forward to more and more people going on the stock exchange and buying CFL shares and enjoying the benefits.